None of us are actually born knowing we're worthy. It is easier for some people than it is others, but the purpose of this entire planet, this journey, is the polarity of life and to explore ourselves, who we are and how we show up in the world. When we see someone who's truly confident, that's something that they have built over time. Confidence is really just an equation. It's awareness plus acceptance equals confidence. And from our confidence, we learn our worth and our value, because so much of our worth is connected not just to who we are, but how we show up in the world, how we contribute to the world, because we're literally designed for contribution and for sharing with each other. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful and perfect just the way you are. And yet we are wired for struggle and trauma, and none of us could even live a night trying to survive in the Amazon rainforest. This world is a very dangerous place. And yet as civilization has progressed, we have this illusion that it's supposed to be different, that life is supposed to be easier for us. And it really can be. I love AI and houses and power and running water, all the beautiful things that our society has granted us. But we forget the nature in our comfort. We forget the nature of who we are, that we're literally wired for struggle, and that when we can embrace that journey and accept who we are, it unlocks an entire world of abundance and joy and freedom that is so far beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I'm speaking from experience here. So when we break down awareness plus acceptance, we have great tools, like human design is an awareness tool. I have other awareness tools that I will teach to you over time. And these awarenesses help us see what we cannot see. It helps bring our subconscious to the conscious, our habits, our lifestyle. All of these things are a reflection of our worthiness. And so when we can look at who we are and the outputs of our life, the songs that we're singing with our energy, with how we attract, with what we have and don't have. And at that point, so many deep feelings come in, like guilt and shame and loss and heartbreak, and all the time that something else could have happened. There could have been something different, and all the why nots and whys and how and what do we do next? All of those questions just inundate our heads of how do we process this thing that we've experienced? And it's not as complicated as you might think. It's really not that deep. And at the same time, it's so deep that it feeds on the very roots of your soul, and you're just dying to be set free. That's truly what we all are. We're all, from the moment of birth, on a journey to death. What do we really want to do with our lives? It's not about finding a purpose and one big mission. It's about enjoying the everyday, enjoying the process of the experience that you are living, because you're living today. But that acceptance is so difficult. Learning to just accept you for you and the being that you are, it can feel insurmountable. And yet, when we use our awareness tools and we overlay that with real acceptance, just looking at the reality of the situations, context to our stories is so important. Because when we can understand why things happen, it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't justify these horrible situations that you didn't deserve, you didn't ask for, they weren't your fault. How do we reconcile with those experiences and then make the changes inside of us? And so many times, once we make those changes inside of us, it unlocks our purpose, because our purpose is simply being us. And so when you can become all of you and accept who you are and where you've been and that you've done things for reasons and everything's okay, you're doing the same journey that everybody else is doing. And sure, the stories are different, but the feelings, they're all the same. There's only like 30 to 50 feelings, and we all have them. There's only so many things that can happen to the human body and still be alive, and yet you are here. So when you have awareness of yourself and you have awareness of the journey, and then you can truly accept yourself for who you are, that is when your confidence just explodes. Because what's anyone going to tell you? The same thing that you already know. They can't call you out on anything because you're aware of it. It's just projections in the world, but it's up to us to understand the discernment of what is accurate, what do we really need to adjust within ourselves, and what is just someone else's bullshit. So hi, I'm Jess. If you don't know me from Functional Human Design, go check out our free community because that's really the intro to what this is all about. This community, Worthy, is a different type of journey. It's the internal journey. The energy is more of a somber one. It's where we have a chance to reflect and ponder and go deep with the things that have hurt us that are really the keys to unlocking our magic. There are three major pillars in this community, and the first is your timeline. And it is an actual timeline that we build out. I've done it multiple times, and it's one of the most healing experiences you will ever have because it's where you can see the larger context of your life and why things happened. So we develop an entire timeline, and that is one pillar. The second pillar is your human design, and this is using your chart so that you can understand who you are and who you're not. And so what normally happens as we move through the 26 gates of the human design chart, so both your conscious and subconscious, as you ponder each of those gates, it allows you to say, oh, these are the pieces of me as you're reflecting on your timeline. And you can start putting the pieces of you together so that you can stand stronger in your confidence. The third pillar is tunnel work. And this is really just healing. It's the shadow work. It's the internal journey. If you already have a system and you know how to heal through stories, you may not even need this part. But if you want to use a system that I've been working on for 25 years that just helps us heal our stories and move through our hurt, our pain, our trauma, our shame in a very quick way, but then there's lots of stories. So it's like you have to do the same work, rinse and repeat, kind of like shampooing your hair, because once you find your rhythm for how to heal those stories and how to rewrite the things that you've experienced, then you just have to do it lots with each story. And tunnel work is really fun because once you realize that you're standing in a tunnel and a tunnel has an end, and you can go through your tunnel as fast or slow as you want, but you have to do it you have to just do it. A lot of times we get stuck in this healing fatigue where we're going in the tunnel, we get scared of the dark and we come back out. And what tunnel work does is it equips you to just go all the way through the tunnel so you can come out the other side. And then the next time you see another tunnel, you're like, it's not a big deal. You do that a few hundred times and tunnel work becomes very simple because you're just like, oh, look right there. There's one of my hangups. It's okay. I'm just going to bust through it. So this is a private community, and both men, women, all genders are included here because pain doesn't happen in a vacuum. Trauma or experiences are not just one gender. And the healing process also doesn't happen in a vacuum, and it needs to include all genders because so many of our wounds in the culture today are based off of gender. We have mommy wounds, we have daddy issues, we have just so many systemic cultural problems that we try to ignore and say that, oh, that doesn't impact me, that religion, gender, race, these things don't actually impact me, but they do. It's in our very DNA. It is genetically who we are and how we are wired. And so when you can just look at it and roll through that tunnel work, it makes everything so much easier. Your confidence comes online. You're starting to feel like you're worthy. You start doing things and you move different. Suddenly you have all this reinforcement of your worth, your value that you're bringing to the world. Because it's not just about feeling good about yourself. It's also feeling good about your contribution to the world. There's one more fun bit that's really fun about this program. It's that by the time you're done, and I would estimate it would take about a year, that you will end up with a bunch of healed stories and an entire timeline of your life. So if you want to write a book, if you want to get on stages, if you want to go and share whatever parts of you with the world, you are free to do anything you want because you have all of this context that you feel really good about. And you're like, shit, I can do anything. That's what vulnerable leadership is for. That is the next program. And if you're already in a place where you have all of that, then go check out that program. And if you are just brand new and don't know who I am, definitely go check out Functional Human Design. I am so delighted to go on this journey with you. Oh, some quick housekeeping. You're never behind. You can join at any time. I am building it starting in September of 2025, but all the recordings will be organized and available so you can start in and go as slow or as fast as you want. You're never behind. And it's just the moment you're on the journey, you're on the journey. You don't have to second guess yourself. I would never expect anyone to go as fast as I do. I'm a manifesting generator. I'm incredibly fast. Don't try to keep up with me. Just allow yourself to unfold and know that we're not going anywhere. So enjoy the journey. I love you tons, and I hope to see you on the inside.